Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to talk about acceptance, radical acceptance. So I'll get to that in a minute. Relax your body, let your breathing just take a normal pace. Nothing exaggerated, nothing fancy, just normal breathing with a relaxed body. Teaches the brain you're safe. Because if you're tense, your brain doesn't think so. So, radical acceptance. And what that's all about is acceptance does not mean that we're resigning the rest of our lives to a lifetime of pain. That's not what acceptance means. Acceptance means I am where I am. There's no change in that, right? Where I am right now today, with symptoms, with anxiety, with depression, with whatever else is going on in my life, is where I am. And when you can finally just look at it and go, okay, that's where I am. That's my starting point. But that's not your ending point. That's not destined to be forever. It's just where you are right now. And so, why is acceptance important? Because it kind of takes the fight out of this whole thing. You know, whatever we resist persists. Catchphrase, but it's actually kind of true. If we're always fighting and really struggling to get rid of the pain or the symptoms because they're so difficult, you're keeping them present with the fact that you are fighting them. Fighting is not a safe activity. Fighting does not teach the brain that we're safe. Fighting says, I'm in a bad place and we got to get out. And the brain goes, survival mode, let's keep it going. And it amplifies the whole system. Adrenaline, cortisol, stress response, fight or flight. It's really hard to turn off chronic pain or symptoms when the stress response is your default state. So radical acceptance of where you are. I am where I am. And that's where I am. But I don't have to stay here, right? That's the key point. I don't have to stay here, and I am not going to stay here because I have a proven path in front of me on how I can teach this fearful, overprotective, yet misinformed brain that I'm actually okay. And it starts with the conscious mind. So radical acceptance says, all right, consciously, I get it. I've got these symptoms. I don't like them, but I'm not going to fight with them anymore. Because fighting never worked. Just like I always say, nobody ever got better by freaking out. Freaking out is fighting. Freaking out is resistance. Freaking out is not liking where you currently are. And look, I'm not suggesting that we are supposed to like where we are and accept that that's where it's going to be forever, right? That's resignation. That's not what I'm talking about here whatsoever. What I'm suggesting is just to look in the mirror and go, okay, where I am right now is not so good. But I know I'm moving forward. And I know things will get better when I implement these proven principles, these proven strategies. The brain is creating symptoms because it's perceiving danger. Period. When the brain feels safer, the symptoms can start settling down. If you're waiting for symptoms to settle down before you can feel safer, you got it backwards. We have to think better than we're feeling. We have to expect the best so that the brain can say, well, okay, they're expecting that walk around the block to go well. That's different. Okay. Right? And then here's the key. If symptoms show up, we have the conscious choice as to how we are going to respond. We can either by default launch into freak out mode, in which case the symptoms are going to climb up because fear just fuels it more. It's like pouring gasoline on the fire and going, why is the fire getting bigger? Right? Fear is the gasoline. And I get pain is scary. Pain is fearful. But we can consciously choose not to feed it. We can say, all right, it sucks, but I am where I am. And the next best thing I can do is remain calm, reassure myself, know that this thing called TMS and perceived danger pain is a real thing. And know that that's what's going on with me. And know that if I follow a proven process to get better, I will, just like everybody else who's gotten better before me. This stuff works, folks. Go to Facebook in my Pain Free You Facebook page or group, and in the search bar, search for success stories. You'll find a bunch. Go to YouTube, dansyoutube.com. When you get there, there's a playlist button. Click the playlist, and then arrow through and scroll through the playlists. You will find a success stories link. People are getting better. You can too. How do I know that? Because they're human beings just like you are. They have the same brain, nervous system, and all that stuff. The only thing that's different is their life experience. But if their brain was perceiving danger, and when they were taught that they were safe, the symptoms went away, your body and brain and nervous system will do the same thing. So what we're trying to do here is consciously get in the way of this automatic default process so that we can interrupt the brain's automatic reaction-based danger. Here's some pain or symptoms. And we have to do that with clarity, confidence, consistent messages of safety. A big part of that is how do we respond when the symptoms are getting our attention. We can't ignore them. Don't try. It's not possible. But we can choose how to respond. Try not to freak out as much. Freak out less. Calmly reassure yourself. Get better at that. And ideally, at some point, you're going to get to the point where you go, yeah, I'm hurting today, but so what? Because your certainty is so strong that you know that you're okay, that your body's okay, and you're on your way out of this mess. So, radical acceptance doesn't mean decide that you're going to be in this, pit of despair forever. No, radical acceptance just is look at yourself in the mirror and go, I am where I am. And that's okay because I know what the path forward is. I've got the map. I have the tools, the strategies. I have the daily help from Dan. And if I want extra help, there's a group program, a group coaching program where you can get into a nice community of people who are going to lift you up and support you. So check that out, painfreeyou.com/join. But even if you don't want to join, you're not good in groups, or you don't have the money for it, people are getting better with these daily free videos. So take advantage of them. Take advantage of them. Implement. That's the key. Implement this stuff. You don't get better just by watching videos and hoping through osmosis, your brain gets it. You'll start to improve in your mindset just by watching the videos, but you got to make some conscious decisions to actually implement and put this stuff into action, put it into play. So, really important stuff, folks. Radical acceptance. I am where I am. And that's okay, because I know I'm not staying here. Say that again. I know I'm not staying here. So, love you guys and gals. Going to wrap this one up. It is the weekend. Hopefully you are enjoying yourself, doing something fun, expanding your capacity to get out of the house, do more things, expanding your capacity to experience the symptoms differently than you used to before. Perhaps with not as much fear, not as much freak out. And if you're able to change your experience just a little bit, those are the baby steps necessary to start moving down the path. So, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Love you, folks. Take care.